the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but mainly it's who's living there now, so... I've seen so much vomit on Greta Garbo's star, like more than was on her in life. It's crazy. Anyway, good evening, Los Angeles. I'm Carl Laemmle Jr., but you can call me Carl's Jr. I created the Universal Monsters. Can I get them up here? That's all right. I created them myself, and even though I've been dead 46 years, I am contractually obligated to appear tonight. I come from humble beginnings. My father was a Jewish immigrant who came here with nothing except the movie studio he owned, Universal. In '31, I decided we needed some monsters for Universal to compete with MGM's big monster, Louis B. Mayer. I thought it would be fun if our monsters turned into bats and stuff instead of just screaming at Judy Garland for hours. Terrible. I get that next slide. I wanted to recapture the success of 1925's Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney. I had to have him for my Dracula picture. But then Chaney did the one thing an actor can't do if they're gonna play a vampire. He died. I realized that hiring a 47-year-old who had never made a talkie was probably a bad idea. Next slide. So I hired a 49-year-old Hungarian who spoke limited English. Bela Lugosi played the ultimate bloodsucker, a rich guy with inherited wealth. The movie was a smash. Next. I bought the rights to Frankenstein, which happened to be my accountant's name at the time. I hired James Whale to direct. Whale was openly gay, which was so rare in 1931, I thought he was just really, really British. Now all we needed was our monster. I called Bela Lugosi, but he was busy getting addicted to morphine. Then I called Lon Chaney, but he was still dead. That's when I saw him, Boris Karloff. And I knew in that moment that I could pay him scale. The censors made us take out one line when the doctor yells, "Now I know what it feels like to be God." I put that line in myself. I was quoting every director I'd ever met. This wasn't just entertainment, though. This picture had a message that still rings true today. Fire bad. Next. Karloff was such a hit, I had to put him in another movie. Thanks to a clerical error, Universal had 50,000 rolls of toilet paper, so we did The Mummy. Let me get that next one. Karloff stars as Imhotep, an ancient Egyptian buried alive who returns after 4,000 years to eye-fuck the descendant of his long-lost girlfriend. She's a 22-year-old who has no problems with their age gap. It's very cool. But around this time, people started to say that Universal didn't write good women characters, or as they were called at the time, characterettes. They accused me of reducing all women to wives, girlfriends, and mothers, but I proved them all wrong with The Bride of Frankenstein. Next. Elsa Lanchester gave the performance of a lifetime. Second only to her performance is Charles Laughton's beard. We showed little girls they could be anything. A dead lady, a bride, the wife of a monster. I wanted to show little girls everything else they could be in the sequel. Secretary of Frankenstein. Oh good, the Wolfman. What's scarier than a guy who turns really hairy one time a month, right? For the lead role, I went with Lon Chaney Jr., who still noticed pictures from his dead dad's contract. Let me get the next one. We taped 35 pounds of yak's hair to Chaney's face and body, just to see if he would let us. Our movie was being called the scariest event in motion picture history. But then 2 days before we opened, we got upstaged by Pearl Harbor. Yeah, so much for this Chewbacca costume. We never recovered. The next... I tried to recapture the magic by teaming up lots of monsters. House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, the Wolfman's apartment in Koreatown. All flops. I retired disgraced in '56. I wanted to talk to you directly, though, in my last moment. I know you all had a rough January here in LA, and I just wanted to say, don't quit on this town yet, all right? This is a city and a movie franchise built by outcasts. Jewish refugees, gay men, immigrants from every corner of the world. You know, the people of Los Angeles, can I get that next slide, are a lot like these four monsters, all right? We're Nepo babies. We're older than we say we are. We've had some questionable plastic surgery. and we're high as hell on everything we could find. But we're still here. Exactly. Because we are monsters, goddammit. Creative monsters. Monsters who need monsters are the luckiest monsters on Earth. Good night, my beautiful monsters. Good night. Keep it going.